I found an official trailer. Ah, it's loud. Damn it. Ooh, sorry, audience.
I'm glad.
Don't
we
play
can't
that.
hear
That's
that.
copyrighted music.
Okay, so, professional. And
You are so professional.
I know, and with this display of profession, hello and welcome to the AWKWARDCast. ANY and Keyframe with a K. Wonder about random dribble.
You know, one day we need to do a show where it's like what AWKWARDcast really is, and it's just like it looks like baby's first podcast. Like it's just so not clean looking or anything like that. Half of the show is you pulling up stuff very slowly.
It's basically baby's first podcast. I only had like 3 or 4 different ones before.
Can half of the episode be Chrissy sending DMs to people going, "Hey, you free tomorrow? Hey, you free tomorrow?"
Okay. Usually I ask more in advance. Usually. I've had a long week, okay? But we don't talk about that. It's Wolfhead's Day.
Yeah, but first of all, who is this fine gentleman in the top left corner that is suddenly here?
Question.
That is a great question. So, Wolfhead, since you are here, and we pointed out that maybe not everybody does know you, and we are professional on this podcast, why don't you tell us who you are, what you do, and why people should care?
Nailed it.
Hey, my name is Wolfheadbrony. I've been here probably 8 times. I am.
I can find that out.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, okay. I was joking. I have to.
I am known for making tiny little snippet videos on the internet that are sometimes funny and sometimes not that funny. On the AWKWARDcast, I am known for predominantly making fun of Key. What else we got? Did I say that I can edit really well? Or,
I mean,
or
do you point it out
decently enough?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Got it.
Also, I'm a friend of ANY and Keyframe and
Also true.
like 50 other people.
Nepotism.
Nepotism.
Friendship nepotism.
It's a form of nepotism, right? Oh, damn. I have not updated the database since October? This can't be. No.
We've had shows since October, I'm sure.
Same here. This cannot be.
What a time to find that out.
Well, okay, we gotta stop the show in its tracks now, because we gotta update the database.
Okay. What do you say when you were last on Wolfhead?
Damn, dude, I don't freaking... all the days and years just blend together.
January of 2022? Can this be? Has it been that long? Has it been...
It was definitely last year. I couldn't for the life of me know specifically when.
I mean, if it was January by any chance, then today would be your 7th time.
I mean, the one that pops up first for him is he was season 6, episode 2, a year ago.
Yeah, that could be. That could very much be.
January 24th, 2022.
Yep, that's the date that I have here. So... Well,
we're very timely on inviting you back on.
Exactly. And it's your 7th episode, so you have one more to go to be able to brag about your 8th one. But you are pretty close.
It is a yearly occurrence.
Your gut feeling was pretty close, so... Good on that front.
Hooray!
Yeah. And I've been told that Wolfhead, you are also the guy to go to for some Monster Road Trip Let's Plays. I know of people who haven't played their own copy of Road Trip yet because they have been invited to you to play it with them, and they are still waiting.
That is very correct, and I'm glad you finished that thought, because you being like, I heard you're the guy to go to, and I'm like, well, this is getting a little suspicious. This is getting a little harrowing. I don't know what he's gonna say, but
for some completely unrelated reason, Denim is staring at you in the chat.
stares intently at Wolf. Wait, why? What did I do? I just got here.
Yeah, but with as I said, so Monster
Oh,
Road Trip.
yes.
Yeah.
Of course, Denim would be mad at
Welcome
me.
to Awkward Cast, the cast of entrapment.
Basically.
Okay, well, this is my. It sound like a narcissist, but this is my time. I want to talk about a couple of things before we get into media.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not even sure what's happening.
Like, what's happening?
I'm not even sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first. The guest is just coming. This is my time. I have here. Should I start with TED Talk A, TED Talk B, or C? You can pick the order. I will go through all of them.
I can only remember two things, which is like, Max. Remember the last time we streamed and we streamed House Party?
Yes.
Have you
didn't
told
get
Key
laid
about that
once.
story? We did not.
We did not get laid. It was surprisingly difficult. What did we find in the garden behind the pool? Was it a bone or meat or bloody rags or something?
I think we found the corpse of an animal.
Oh. There was also some talk, yeah. And we couldn't rank the loose drunk chick. We couldn't nail the loose drunk chick, which should be so obvious.
Okay, Max.
Why would
Max,
you want
you're telling
to?
This okay. First of all, I gotta. Max is telling this story out of order. The whole reason I brought this up anyway is to figure out if Max ever told Key this story.
Wolf.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know if you switch the order of these two events is better, because then you're saying you didn't get with the loose drunk chick and then you found bloody meat or rags in the bush.
Well,
We had to dig them out. We first needed to find a shovel.
Yeah, we needed. Did we get a? Oh my God, you're confusing me. All right. I got to tell this story from start to finish. I don't think Max told Chrissy this story specifically because it makes, him look bad. And since I'm the one doing the stream, by extension, makes me look bad. So
I'm okay.
I have
How
to,
bad
whatever
can it
is
be
coming,
if-
it will be first for me too, because I apparently successfully suppressed this memory.
Max also doesn't not tell me when something makes him look bad, so this is going to be interesting.
So, if you're not familiar with the game House Party,
I'm familiar with the game House Party. I've watched Game Grumps play it.
Yes! So Chrissy knows what it is.
That was a strong reaction.
So I'm gonna explain it for the chat. House Party is a game where you're sitting on the couch and you're invited to a party, and the goal of the game is to see if you can hit it off with any of the people at the party. So
This game is ugly as sin. I want you guys to know that right now.
Okay,
But I feel like that's something that you can also just have your penis out the entire time.
There is a button to pull your penis out. This is correct.
And
And
the other people at the house will react to it.
yes.
Okay, I think the trailer is PG enough to let the trailer play. But yeah, keep talking. God, I'm going to regret this.
So I got the brilliant idea to be like, hey, I'm going to play this game on stream. And whenever I play a game that is inappropriate, I always bring Max along.
It's true. I also had this hentai game where you shoot girls with a horny beam. What was it?
Yeah. It was,
Oh, I remember
Gal
that
Gun.
game.
Yeah.
Gal Gun.
Yeah. So I bring Max and I do the stream, right? We go around the party and we start talking to all the characters. We meet a character named Stephanie, and the best way to describe Stephanie is that you talk to her for about 2 lines, and then you start to realize that she might be the most messed up character in the whole story. It is revealed to us that she's into like whippets, and I didn't know what whippets were. And
oh yeah, there she is. That's the one, right? The
The
dancing
aerosol
one.
Yeah.
thing, like where you get high by like sucking aerosol out of the can, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what that is. So me and Max, before we come to this conclusion, I openly say to Max, and you could actually go watch the stream if it's still up. That I was like, okay.
Why are we in the pre-show?
Oh shit! We are now back in the main show.
Professional podcast.
I have no idea when this happened.
It just happened.
Okay.
I didn't want to leave it on for long.
Thank
but
you.
yes, so what happened?
So it is revealed. We and Max come to the conclusion that okay, if we are trying to score with any one of these women, even though I feel awful about it, it might be better to try and pursue Stephanie. But the only way the game is telling us that we can pursue Stephanie is if we get her what she wants. So she keeps telling us about whippets, and then we get her whippets, and then she starts talking about alcohol. And we have to run around the whole house, get alcohol that's like hiding in very specific locations, and then we get her alcohol. And she gets so like fucked up to the point where
She's dancing in her underwear.
yeah, but what happens before that? Oh, she gets on the because she keeps complaining about her boss. So she gets on the phone, she drunk calls her boss. Drunk argues with her boss because she hates working at her shitty job. She curses out her boss, takes off her clothes. I believe
We first had to increase the thermostat for her to get hot enough to take the clothes off. It was not easy.
Did I have to turn? I did have to turn the thermostat on, yeah. And
I'm still waiting for the part where Max did something bad.
Wolfhead just wanted to tell a story how he failed to get late with Stephanie, if this was her name.
Yeah, so like she drunk argues with her boss, takes off all her clothes, goes into the hot tub, but her body goes limp. So I'm thinking, oh, the game is glitching right now. But what actually happens is that the game has orchestrated this event to make it seem like she tripped going into the hot tub and she knocked her front teeth out. Or at least that's what she tells us.
Is she dead?
She is not dead. She's fine. She goes back into the main area. This time she is just dancing in her underwear. And by this point in the game, I go up to her and I see what's the problem, and she keeps saying this very specific sentence to me. I think Max remembers what it is.
No.
Don't expect him to remember things.
This was a while ago.
She keeps saying, I'm turned on, basically.
Okay.
And she keeps repeating that to me, the player. Now that sounds like a green light to me, but the problem is that there is no option to secure the deal. So what happened throughout the party is that I gathered all these random objects. So Max is in my ear, freaking yelling at me, telling me to give her any amount of like object to seal the deal. One of these objects in my inventory is a crumpled up magazine that I found in a garbage can.
Oh god, there it is.
Yeah,
I gotta link it now.
Yep. I don't know how the hell the magazine even like relates to any other story in the game, but after it becomes apparent to us that we're not going to hit it off with Stephanie because I guess the game itself was like, okay, you can't hit it off with her when she's like this. I thought about it a while ago, and I was laughing. I was laughing out loud because
it's good on the game for being like, oh yeah, don't. Maybe we don't reward the person for getting the girl high and drunk to try to sleep with them.
Probably also
That's what I'm saying.
Losing her boss and her front teeth, her job and her front teeth.
This is the funniest part to me. The funniest part to me is Max yelling at me, telling me to give her any amount of item to see if we could secure the deal.
Tier 3 sub, just please let me bang you, please.
I think here's the thing though. I was trying to imagine myself in that scenario, and even if I'm like laying on the bed and I'm ready and I'm waiting for whoever I'm waiting for to engage me, if they reach into their pockets and pull out like garbage, my clothes are coming back on and I'm leaving. Like that's not.
Did you have? I mean, like it. I would assume most of it was useful objects, so I don't think it's garbage.
One of them was a crumpled up magazine, Chrissy. Nobody wants that.
It's still a magazine.
Also, Wolf, keep in mind, in my defense, in my very, very rational defense, I am old. I played point-and-click adventures in the 90s, and it was literally the only way to figure out how to solve it by taking every fucking object in my inventory and slapping it at every object in the landscape or at every person in the hope that it triggers the next step.
I hate to be on Max's side here, but he's kind of right. This is just giving me the energy of when I played NDOS games and would put like every single like pick up object, get object over like This is kind of how we think.
Well, yeah. And that's how that whole stream ended, was us just... I think I was literally standing in the middle of the party going, well, we hit a brick wall.
Honestly, I would be impressed that someone has so many objects. It's like, wow, you come prepared and your pockets are very deep. I don't think I want to fuck you, but now you're just a lot more interesting of a person.
Yeah.
Walking around carrying garbage.
But yeah, obviously.
Hey, it's better than littering.
Obviously, I linked the Let's Play I will link the Let's Play in the description down below, so people can see how horrible of a person me and or Wolf are.
Okay, so that's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing, I want to talk about the Angela's House stream from my perspective when we were playing Monster Prom.
Oh,
yes,
when the cuckathon.
Yeah, are you seriously? You're calling the cuckathon because I'm the one who got cucked in the fucking.
Well, because like I was trying to cuck him. And then he cucked you, and that was not planned. And then Oni's in her own little world, just like I'm gonna find the poop thing.
I have memorized every single pass throughout every single potential interaction in this entire game. I'm like,
is that the Oni impression?
Yeah. Oni just being completely like. How in a game with so many different branching tasks can you know everything?
She plays it a lot.
Apparently! How many hours does she have on Steam?
Can I actually look? I can look that up.
I don't think I'm Steam friends with her, so...
That is, once you become friends
out.
Once you become friends with them, like, all their Steam information becomes public knowledge.
Oni, Oni, where are you, Oni?
In case you didn't know, Keyframe did an Angela House stream a while ago. And when we were playing Monster Prom, Chrissy thought it was hilarious to do this impression of
oh yeah, what was the voice I did for your girl? Was it like an oh my god?
It was basically that, yeah.
You turned hot girl not hot. You sucked all the hotness out of Snake Girl.
That's just art imitating life.
But
the thing that made me mad about it is that like halfway through Max revealed my plan, which was wait until Chrissy gets too annoyed to do the voice anymore. But what I didn't realize is that like even though Chrissy is doing the voice and she's annoyed, I am also annoyed. So then it becomes a test to see who gets more annoyed faster. And Chrissy is stubborn, or at least she's called herself stubborn in the past.
I did a 30-hour stream. You think I'm not? You think you're gonna win any test of endurance with me?
Maybe not. But At first, it was like a regular impression, and then by the end of it, she was just like, she did the impression, but the inflections were all over the place. I'm just like, Jesus, I'm breaking under the pressure.
It became more unhinged. It became from like, oh my god, yes, to like 2 hours later. Oh my god! Wolfhead, why don't you want to kiss me? Like, it just became, it was like she got more, like Stephanie in Monster Problem, she just got worse. And then the best thing happened with like, well, not good to me, because the character I was pursuing got that voice, because someone did a fucking voice switching thing for a donation incentive. That was cool. But yeah, look, I don't think you should be mad at me. I think you should be mad at the person who...
I'm mad at the audience, mostly.
Well,
Because didn't you spin a wheel that made me change my love interest choice?
There was something
No, Oni got their love interest changed.
By the item that
like
she picked up.
Or it was either mine or Oni's got changed. All I know is Max didn't have to change it the entire time. It just naturally changed. Because Max was trying to get with Polly, because I was trying to get with the fish girl, and then he ended up with... Didn't you end up as the only one who went to prom?
I don't know.
Who, me? No!
No, Max. Max was the
I?
only one who went to prom with the Gorgon, and then fucking the fish girl didn't like me because I was too poor. Only picked a pathline that didn't have a prom thing to do anyway. And you fucked up.
Yes, yeah.
Good time.
Max got a W there that he didn't deserve.
I can't remember that. I remember the voices.
The voices overtook all.
Yeah.
And I can't see the amount of time that Oni has played Monster Prom. However, she only has half of the achievements.
How?
I don't know.
Has she just read the wiki?
I don't know. But I can't see the amount of time she's played on any of her games.
And then she probably doesn't display it.
Well, then I need to have her display it. Next time she's on the Awkward Cast, we gotta dox her. That seems to be the main
we gotta
idea here.
How do we trick her into sharing her screen, her full screen, going onto her Steam, going into her games library, and then having them ordered? And then I believe by default they're ordered by most played.
Played, yeah. It's ordered by most played by default. We'll be like, hey, Oni, you wanna see it? You wanna do something funny?
Show us your Steam.
And she'll be like, yeah.
Is this your only impression?
Wolfhead, yeah. I won't. Let me explain a fact about this game. Oh my god. Okay, I know we don't talk about our weeks, but
however,
I just want to say an anecdote about Oni, because it fits into the topic. Last night we were having a discussion on Gerber's stream about like hot takes with video games and stuff, and she said that back in 2017 For Honor should have won like Game of the Year, which is a wrong opinion. 2017 is the year Breath of the Wild came out. Nothing else was gonna win. But the thing was, she kept saying For Honor came out in 2016, and we were like, Oni, that's incorrect. It came out Valentine's Day of 2017, and we were like looking up articles, and everything says 2017, and she's so adamant on, no, it was available early 2017. Do you mean pre-order? I mean, yes, but I remember playing it. I have the receipt. And it's like, Oni, you're wrong! I felt like I was living through the Acropolis thing all over again, for people who know that story. Just like... some people have an astounding amount of stubbornness, which I guess I respect. But yes, Wolfhead, do you have any other rants? Or do we go to media?
Let's see here. No, but can I pimp something real fast?
Totally.
Sure. It's your it's your time. You said it yourself. It's your time.
Okay, stop on by the Wolfheadbrony YouTube channel in a couple of days. I have a podcast called Fandoms and Fuck All. We are going to do an episode where it's going to be a Valentine's Day episode. And we're going to talk about love. And I've dragged Golden into this. He's already aware of it. And we're going to talk about love and affection and our significant others, I guess.
Oh,
That's
ew.
the plan.
He didn't tell me he was doing this. I don't want him
told him
talking
yesterday.
about. I don't want him to talk about me.
He probably
Gross.
won't.
I
And
don't
he'll
need
probably
to.
just put the mic to me and I'll just talk about mine. And
He'll
then my
probably talk
co-host
about
will
his
talk about his.
dogs.
If he wants to talk about his dogs, he could.
I mean, like,
I'll allow it.
the boy is buying his one of his dogs a 16th birthday cake. So
Like a birthday
Iris.
cake made specifically for dogs?
no, the dog's not alive anymore.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
You dumbass.
The most embarrassing thing about that moment right there is that I knew that, and somehow my brain is just offline. I was just like, oh, so
It's not the worst offline moment that I think someone's had with their brain, especially when I'm talking to them. We're in the same company as Max. He has said worse in like not
I have
thinking
no idea. I have
time.
never said anything compromising or cancel-worthy, specifically not on this show.
Max, we got to do a furry waifu tier list.
Ooh.
That
at
would be
some
a
point.
good one.
I'm listening.
That's another idea I had that I had put on the back burner. We have to do a
That-
furry
yeah.
waifu tier.
That would be a good one. That would be a good
I'm down for it.
But I got to make
found-
one, and I got to find them.
I found that Pudge is now becoming a fan of Miriko from My Hero, the Bunny Girl. So my day
Ooh,
has
I
been-
like her.
My day
Yeah.
has been made. She is the best. I love her. She is the whole reason
Yeah.
I'm working out my legs.
Pudge
All
even
my-
posted on his main, not
Yeah.
just his horny one.
All my working out is to one day cosplay as her. She is so cool, and I love her, and I need to look threatening. But okay, so yeah, guys, in a couple days, go watch that podcast. Anyways, I think it's time to get to media.
Sure. Who wants to go first? So, I guess I get the movie and you have your show, and I keep my games for another
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Wolfhead, what is your media?
Yeah, you haven't even given us any hints yet.
Who, my media?
Yeah, or where your rants about past games, your media.
My media is a show called it's on Netflix. You've heard of Netflix? Hey, we're gonna
This is one of
change our pass. Yeah.
this is one of those good show canceling services, right?
I think it's a show.
Hey.
They were like, did you see? Like they were like, hey, we're gonna change the password policy, and then like a day later they were
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry, like my little
That
brother
was
took
an
my
error.
Mhm,
phone. Yeah, they said it
mhm.
was an error.
My little
And then
bully
I
took
saw
my phone.
I saw another tweet that was like, say what you want about social media. The greatest gift that social media has given to us is the ability to bully multi-million-dollar corporations into doing what we want.
Yeah.
Hooray for bullying! Yeah!
I'll fall on the sword. Sometimes bullying is, well, never mind.
Well,
No, it
here's
is
the thing. Bullying is okay if you're punching up.
exactly.
It's
I was
not
about
okay
to
punch
say.
down. Like George Carlin says about comedy. Like, there's no fun in punching down.
Okay, what was
So
it?
remember, everyone,
You wanted to
punch
throw-
people who are taller than you.
Exactly.
If you're short, you have a big advantage.
Wait, I'm 6 foot, 8 foot, 6 foot. Now I'm out.
You are not 8 feet tall.
You are
I'm
not
6
8
feet.
feet
I'm
tall.
6
You're,
feet tall.
You're 6 foot. You're 6 feet tall.
How do
Either
you jump
way,
from 6 feet to 8 feet?
Because
I'm
I'm
either 6 feet or
yeah,
8 feet.
because I'm like the rest of the sane world. I'm using the metric system, and not the
he's not
imperial
using
one.
the correct. He's not using the correct way like we are, Wolfhead.
Oh, okay.
If it was an incorrect way, why is it called Imperial? Imperial means powerful.
Spoken like a true Democrat. Anyways, your Netflix show, Wolfhead.
There's a show on Netflix that I love that
Uh-huh.
probably got canceled, but is still up there called Midnight Gospel, and I don't know how to describe it.
You see,
It's
this
like-
is the one criteria we have for your media. You have to be able to talk about it.
How does
Okay, so I'm gonna try to describe it the best way I can. Midnight Gospel looks like a goddamn Adult Swim show.
I mean,
in
it
the
was made by
sense-
Penn. It was made by the creator of Adventure Time.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
it was Pendleton Ward's project after Adventure Time, and it's
okay.
basically just an animated version of podcast recordings.
That's probably why I like it so much. Yes.
Well, yeah,
All
they
right.
just visualized this guy's podcast because it's based off this guy's ongoing podcast. In fact, the conversation one of the characters has with their mother, in later on in the show, the clip circulated around Twitter for a while when the show came out, is actually him, the podcast host, talking to his mother, who was at like stage 4 cancer at the time.
Oh, I would have never found this out in any other scenario. That's why I'm glad Key has such a vast knowledge of.
I
this
talked about
rant-
Midnight Gospel
Yes.
way back in the day on this show.
Yup.
Mm. You. Hold on. My brain.
They did
stopped.
not market this show to be as existential as it actually is.
Yeah, I love the art style, and I love how like all the episodes are just characters talking to one another about literally anything. I had no idea that it was like built around a podcast aesthetic. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. So yeah, go watch Midnight Gospel if you have the chance.
Who
It's
do you
really
think
good.
wouldn't like it? That's one of the awkward cast questions.
Yeah.
Oh no, who wouldn't like it? Maybe a.
Filthy prude.
Yeah, I guess
I'm
some
trying to
of the imagery is not very prude friendly.
I mean, I guess if you don't like the look of a lot of Adult Swim shows, you may not like this because it does.
Yeah.
It does have that Adult Swim like stoner episodes vibe.
Yeah, some of what you're looking at, you're just like it could be a little off-putting, but not really for me. I like it.
Well, then, I guess
Max,
we take
you have
this-
the floor.
I guess
It is his time.
I can have the floor, sure. I guess I will then talk about this thing here.
Who's your favorite fearless hero?
Exactly. So we got around to watch.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have all seen the memes of the big bad wolf on Twitter, especially furry Twitter, going up and down. And then there's this beautiful second wave. First, you see it going around. Then the people who didn't catch it immediately in cinema. If, like over the last week, you then see all the artists and other people just posting a picture of the wolf again, like, I get it now!
I get it now.
Yes, you get it now.
I like that the response of the wolf though is now gone from the horny response, let's be real, to people are now memeing the wolf because the amount of things that I've seen where they just make the wolf into a goofy little guy is really funny. They keep turning him into that fucking long-nosed dog
I
that
was just
everyone
about
keeps
to say,
sharing.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
let me do it. Like those what are they called? Burzois? Like the fucking goat dogs.
Yeah.
They start making him look like that, which I'm fine with. I like memes of the things that I like. It makes me feel included. But this movie is so fucking
yes, it is.
It's really really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the wolf? We cannot not
good.
show the.
They didn't have him in a lot of the initial advertising.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess. But
Can I tell you my favorite part in this movie without trying to spoil it?
You can
Sure.
try.
You can try.
At some point, Puss meets up with Kitty Softpaws, and it's such a small nothing scene, But usually when Puss flies through the air, he flies through the air like a fucking Beyblade. Like he extends all his arms out and just flies like that.
I mean, he flies like a shuriken.
From his Shrek introduction, basically.
And I think there was one scene where Kitty Sawpaw saw him flying towards her, and she was just pissed off because it was still the part in the movie where she's still mad to see him. So she sees him, she's like, "Freaking idiot!" Like she starts muttering under her breath.
Oh yeah, I love Kitty. I'm so happy to see her again. They had a Puss in Boots show on Netflix back in the day. Kitty wasn't allowed to be in it because of legal reasons. So some other cat bitch was there. I miss Kitty. Kitty's better in every way.
Here's the thing. I actually, because The Last Wish was so much fun, talking about Netflix, I went back there and the first Puss in Boots movie was on there. I'm still not sure. I could swear that I have seen it before, but I rewatch it. So I assume I'm rewatching it currently. But so much stuff is like, really? Really, that happened? It has left such little of an impression in my mind that I am sure by certain images and key scenes that I must have seen it before. But it's like watching the movie for the first time because it leaves this little of an impression.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Because I forgot that Hansel and Gretel was in the first movie. The only thing besides Kitty that I remember from the first Puss in Boots movie is the fucking scene of the Zach Galifianakis Humpty Dumpty being like, "I was always there, Puss," and it's just him in the background disguised as shit. And
he's just turning around slowly.
It's only because it's so doofy looking, you know? Like, the rest of the movie is just like, oh, there's a reason that they didn't, like, really take a lot back from this.
But point being, you can skip the first movie and go right to Puss in Boots with Last Wish, which I can highly recommend. So first of all, it is an absolutely gorgeous movie. They also, I assume Keyframe will back me up or correct me or add to it. They also did the animation thing a la Spider-Verse where they do only seconds and high action scenes. Which
like they have alternating like frame rates. So most of the movies actually animated on like
completely smooth.
And sometimes if the characters are really far away, they're like animated on 3s. But then you have like really dynamic Spider-Verse, Rise of the TMNT, like pose to pose action sequences and stuff. All the like FF like the special effects animation almost look 2D, like. Everything's like painterly styled like a storybook. This movie looks better than any of the other Shrek movies.
Yeah. It's so from a mere visual point of view, gorgeous movie. Action also thrilling action. Character design. I mean, you see a little bit of the wolf in the bag, like which made all of furry Twitter extra horny.
What is with DreamWorks and sexy wolves?
I know, right? Yeah, bad guys
They started with Mr. Wolf and ended with Mr. Wolf. But also, fucking Goldilocks.
Yeah, it started out like...
I love her so much.
Yeah, it started... Like, the Goldilocks and her bear, they have their own arc, which is... beginning, middle, end, conclusion, all the good shit. And this is just the C plot, maybe? I'm not even sure if they are the B plot.
Yeah, but this movie does really well for having such a big cast. Like, most of the time, cast this big is what makes the movie suffer because you can't focus on anyone. But everyone gets just the right amount of time that they need.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Jack Horner was played by
John Mulaney.
By John Mulaney at first. I was just sitting there watching a movie and I was like, why does Jack Horner sound like Andrew from Big Mouth? Wait a minute.
Why is that your mental association? Why not like Peter Porker from Spider-Verse?
Nope.
I would take Dale from the Chippendale movie over Andrew from Big Mouth.
I literally made a tweet about it. I was like, he sounds a lot like Andrew. And then I Googled it and I was like, fucking John Mulaney.
I guess
Jack Horner is
personality-wise,
fucking hilarious.
I mean, Jack Horner is probably personality-wise closest to Andrew compared to the other Big Maloney roles.
Oh, but being a completely reprehensible human, yes. But I love Jack Horner. Jack Horner is the best villain in such a long time because he's just disgusting.
Yes.
He's just so irredeemably. I did not realize how much I just miss characters who are evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
Tiny spoiler. A fucking Jiminy Cricket
Yeah, I was
shows
about
up
to
at
say.
some point, and every time Jiminy Cricket is like, "Jack, what are you doing?" He's like, "Because I'm evil," and it's just like dialogue like that where he's just like, "I'm doing it for the hell of it." And shit like that.
Yeah, in the face. Why?
It's like, yeah. And okay, so you have a fantastic visuals cast, fantastic. Kitty gets to shine with this annoying little mutt down here, which is like.
Do not call him annoying. He's a good boy.
No. Let me speak. This annoying little shit down here. Which gets to start out like, oh my god, this will be the cringe of the movie, won't it? Perito!
I love Pietro. I love him.
Oh, he is so much goodness. So much goodness. Yeah. I just say
I love him so much.
Him and the map. It's like this moment when it's like, no, this can't be. And like even the other characters are like, whoa, this can't be real. Him and the map, like, oh god, he is such a precious little baby.
I will say he does have one of the funniest jokes in the movie, though. And it's not his backstory joke. That one's really funny,
this is
though.
So
in
horrible,
the worst way.
yes. Oh no.
But no, my favorite joke of the whole movie is this one scene where all the three bear characters are insulting each other. And then kids' movies have been doing this thing since DC Super Pets, where they'll just have the characters curse and they'll bleep it like it's TV. I don't know why this trend started, but I don't hate it because they just have the fucking puppy go on a curse-laden insult rant. Sure. Super happy, all smiles while he does it. I love him.
Yeah,
and I also love that I know like 3 people who thought his name was Burrito because the accents of the characters, because his name is Perito, which literally is Spanish.
Small dog.
Yeah, for small dog. Like, I was talking to Brett, and he was like, oh, you know, the dog Burrito. I was like,
no.
You mean Perito? And he's like, wait, that's his name?
Whoops.
Why did you think his name was Burrito? He was like, I don't want to. I feel like this will trap me.
I feel like this will trap me. I don't want to engage.
Oh, yeah. What else is there to say? So, character arc, story, gripping, interesting story. So, memorable movie, good as fuck. Go watch. Who wouldn't like it? You don't have the excuse that you haven't seen or enjoyed the first Puss in Boots movie. You don't even have the excuse that you didn't enjoy any Shrek movies because I'm not even sure if there are any references to Shrek in it.
There are. They have the gin, like if you're talking about the whole Shrek universe, they have a flashback with Gingerbread Man, which is how like Puss lost one of his lives because he burnt himself alive while they were cooking. And then there's the whole Jack Horner flashback where he's like a little boy.
Oh yeah,
and then it pans
next
over
to Pinocchio.
He's like, what's so great about him? I've been a real boy this whole time.
Yeah, but this is not even necessarily a Shrek reference. It's character from Shrek. But it's not even a reference.
I didn't know hyper specific your thing.
Yeah,
there is like his life flashing before his eyes, and you do see him with Shrek and Donkey, but it's like an unspeaking cameo.
Okay, but yeah. So it's very so not liking anything else in this movie in this universe is not an excuse because it's also very different in its tone.
Tonally, it's not a Shrek movie.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So this is not an excuse to not watch it or enjoy it. I guess if you are really, really, really against animation or talking animals in animation, then
you hate life.
Yeah, exactly.
You're one of those people that can't stand animation unless it's 60 frames per second. So you put this whole movie through a fucking AI interpolator, and you somehow drink the Kool-Aid to think that makes this movie look better. It doesn't. I see you on Twitter. Fuck you.
Yeah. So I mean, often enough, especially with my media, I have a little bit of a like, but or except for no. This is a wholehearted recommendation. Go watch this. Go. Turn off Twitch. Go to the cinema. Watch it now. We have a VOD later.
Yes.
Please come back for the VOD later. But yeah, great movie. Watch it.
Watch the movie that's more critically acclaimed than Avatar: Shape of Water. The cat beat the other cat people.
I mean, I haven't even bothered watching the Avatar movie yet.
Me neither.
Okay, the Avatar movies make me think that NPCs are real. Because that movie is like the 6th highest grossing film of all time right now, and I haven't heard people talk about it at all.
Isn't this the entire point why he did more movies? Because nobody cared or remembered anything about the original? Because it was there, it got watched, it made money, but then it, poof, disappeared from the conscious of reality.
Yes, but like, this is the thing that makes me realize that there's just times where people go and enjoy something and don't talk about it ad nauseum. And that's Avatar.
The only thing I've heard about Avatar: The Way of Water is that the visuals were pretty good, and that's about it.
I mean, yeah.
But that's what you expect from Avatar.
Yeah, the visuals were great in the
His
first one.
name is James Cameron.
He's raising the bar.
Exactly. Okay, but yeah, so anyways, I guess my media.
Yeah, your media.
So, oh wait, that's a trailer for season 1.
That could be. I couldn't find one for season 2 in the... I mean, he is season 2.
Yeah, so, Louder and Prouder season 2 came out on the 1st of this month, on Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. That is one of my favorite jokes from the original Proud Family. And I have to say, I think I like this season, or I guess part 2. I don't know what they're listing this as.
Oh wait, I might have found it.
Because thank you, streaming services. Yep, this is season 2. I like this so much more than season 1. I did like season 1, but this season was so much more consistently better in tone. Because I think they really were like, hey, Disney's not holding us back. We can be as blunt as we want to. Which I am perfectly fine with, because Proud Family, as a show I grew up with, never strayed away from issues. Because this is the same show, like the original show had a whole episode about discrimination of Muslims post 9/11. Oh yeah, and like a whole episode that was basically an allegory for like the F slur and stuff like that. Like they were able to do a lot in the 2000s, and now we're in the 2020s. But yeah, Louder and Prouder. I mean, it's more Proud Family. So Penny, this 14-year-old girl, and her family and her friends, and the things they get into. You know, her growing up, her learning things, all this kind of stuff. Like the visuals are great. The animation is consistently better in this season, and that's saying something, because like the show has like fantastic like rigged animation. It's a very pretty show, and like the humor's still there. Everything's still funny. Everything Oscar does is hilarious. I mean, that has always been the control of life. The stories are really good. Like there are so many things where I'm like, wow, I didn't think you would do that. Like in this season they had like there's one scene going around on Twitter where they have like a debate scene, and the entire debate is about reparations, 40 acres and a mule, and they get blunt. Like they hold nothing back. I didn't think a show that will air on Disney Channel, so it will air for its intended demographic, talk about, just say blatantly, there is white supremacy in America, and this sucks. And they just say it, and it's like, wow, Disney's just like, do what you want. Good. The though the episode that stuck out the most to me in this entire season was like the second to last episode of the season, which is Penny has two like twin siblings, BB and Cece. BB being the little boy, and he is found out that he gets everywhere and he doesn't process pain the way that all of us do. So they take him to like a psychologist and a doctor, and they were like, he's showing signs of autism. I had not seen a show actually handle a diagnosis and discussing like autism this well.
I mean, yeah, you have a lot of coding in many shows, but that's it.
Yeah, no, this one was basically like, no, he is a very intelligent, bright kid, and he's imaginative and all this stuff, but he is showing signs of this, which just means he needs a little bit more attention and patience. He's at a low support level, which I think is better language than high functioning and low functioning, and all this. And like, I was talking to some of my friends who do have autism, and Chris especially, and he was like, wait, they mentioned the processing pain differently thing, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, I've never seen a piece of media actually talk about that, because that's apparently a very common symptom of autism. And I was like, I didn't even know that. And he's like, yeah, which is like, it was a very respectful way of showing neurodivergency, and like how it affects like because like you have Oscar, the dad, who's just having trouble accepting it because he's like, there's nothing wrong with my kid, and the psychologist is like, there's nothing wrong, he's just different. And then how Penny feels, because she's like, if they don't give BB the resources that he needs, all the responsibility will be put on her because she's the oldest. And it's like, that's actually a very healthy, nuanced conversation. Where was this shit when I was growing up? Like, I didn't know this stuff about autistic people and how people get diagnosed with autism. I didn't know that. I just thought that they just kind of is, And like, I feel like that is good education for neurotypical people and people who are not. And that's really good. And then they had like the final episode, though. It's not a spoilery thing. There's no story arc in Louder and Prouder. I guess that's the turnoff for some people. It is technically an episodic show. So if you don't like episodic cartoons, you may get turned off by Louder and Prouder. But the last episode of the season tackles the fact that like the town is named after a slave owner, and they keep trying to downplay the fact that the founder of the town was a slave owner, and they have the kids protesting about it, being like, this should not be the what the town is. And then people in riot gear come out and arrest them, and it's like, oh my god, like they don't hold back, and it's actually very upsetting visuals. Because one of the kids, the new girl, Maya, the girl in like the green jacket that's up on the top right, her dad, she's adopted by a cop, and the cop is like a descendant of the slave owner person, and they didn't know that the guy was a slave owner. So, and he was like denying, he was like, how do we know this is it? Because, well, they actually were like white fragility and all this stuff. And then when he was trying to be like, I'm a cop, stop this, they didn't respect his thing because he's going against what the people in the riot gear are supposed to do. They didn't care that he was a cop or not. He got arrested just like the rest of them. Like, it was a very like hard to watch thing, but it was very, very good. And I do hope that this gets more seasons, because it's like, this is like the type of stuff that, knowing that what is the generation below us? Alpha or younger Gen Z?
Zoomers.
Like,
you are a Zoomer. Wait, you're a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Zoomers.
She's a millennial. I'm a millennial.
Yeah.
You're a boomer.
Well, keep in mind is that Gen Z is entering like 18-year-old to 20 by now. So unless you're on the younger side of Zoomer or you're in Gen Alpha, this is like the intended demographic for Proud Family kind of thing. And this is the stuff that they're watching. It's like, that's really good. I'm glad that people younger than me have this to watch. So I hope it gets more. However, I will say, just like the original Proud Family, Penny needs better fucking friends. Her friend group is so, like, I'm sorry, her friend group is fucking toxic. I hate La Cienega. There's so many characters in there that it's like, they will flake on them for, and it's like, they're teenagers. If anything, that's probably realistic. I don't know. I wasn't friends with teenagers when I was a teenager. So I don't know, but like, I was just, there's so many people who are like, Penny needs better friends. I agree.
Right.
But yeah, so I'd say give Louder and Prouder a chance. Both seasons are on Disney Plus right now. You don't need particularly to have watched the original Proud Family. I mean, they kind of explained it all in the first episode of the first season of just like the gist of the show. It's not like they have like things coming back. Like one or two things may come back. But honestly, I think it'd be funnier if someone doesn't know what those things are. Because I think it'll be like, what the fuck is this? And I think that would be very funny. So, yeah, going blind for my amusement.
Well then, and with that, I guess the next thing we should talk about, and we are blessed indeed, because we have today with us the artist of this beautiful Art of the Week.
Okay.
So, since we have you with us, Wolfhead, why don't you tell us something about this piece called Reactions to Being Called These Nuts Jokes? Please.
I mean, it's very self-explanatory. I saw this posted somewhere else, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw myself, my friends into this. So the one telling the joke is obviously me. So
obviously, I mean, look at your artwork you gave us.
Yeah.
Falls for it every time. I put Max in there, but he's the only one in there. Looking back, I should put, because like I have more friends that would fall in that category. But
see, here's the thing. I don't think Max would fall for it. I think he would play along with it because he knows that it would annoy the people in the tier right below him.
He would put, okay, yeah. All right.
Very potentially.
I agree. And then Odie
is annoyed. You and Denim. I almost didn't put Denim in, but then at the very last minute, I was like, nah, Denim needs to be a part of this.
Yeah. But I like Odie being threatens murder.
Yeah. Fits him really, really well.
And then my favorite is too pure to understand. Oh, no.
I cut off. No, and I can't zoom in.
I can assure you, with me, Max, and Denim being in the same space, her being in the is annoyed with me does work. But I like that Himbo and Rocket are too pure to understand. But yeah, I think pure is just a code word for dumb.
For innocent?
Or literally not having balls to be able to get these nuts jokes.
Well, are both of them neutered at this point?
One is chemically neutered, one is physically neutered, because the chemical nutrition ran out. That's the word for it, right?
Chemical castration. It is ethical with ferrets because they become assholes.
They do.
But I mean, Himbo most certainly is too pure to understand a D's nuts joke. Rocket, I think, is too philosophical for a D's nuts joke. He's too busy lying on his throne eating wine and grapes while being like one of those fat like Socrates to be like, I am above these nuts.
I like that visual. I like that.
I always imagine Rocket being the equivalent of that one like Roman bot from Futurama who's constant the
hedonism bot.
Yeah.
Yes. That is Rocket, because he's a chunky sleepy boy.
Not anymore. Winter is over. He's getting back into workout.
He's still a chunky sleepy boy in my heart.
Yeah, no. He is not, which means we are not getting any sleep anymore. He is breaking in wherever he can. He is. I miss the times where he was a chunky, sleepy boy.
Yeah. I mean, Himbo can be a chunky, sleepy boy when he wants to. With all the people that falsely think he's a giant ferret, it's like, no, he's not. He's very small. He just looks big in my arms. Because I'm the only one who can hold him, and he doesn't care. But thank you, Wolfhead, for this fantastic art. Claps for Wolfhead, everyone. Right on the fridge.
Yay!
We're gonna put this right on the fridge.
Exactly. And moving on to the Q and or A.
Yes, I have to find the chat. There we are.
I only got one on them Twitters, so let me throw it right in here. From good old Mr. J-Rog. For all three, would you rather be trapped in a house with a murderer, but you can't hear anything, or be trapped in a house with a murderer, but you can't see anything?
I hate both of these scenarios. Wait, isn't there a whole movie?
Two separate movies? Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
like,
there's a movie where like the kids are like in the old man's house and so it's like you have to be like quiet to hear, but it's like super dark so you can't see. Oh yeah, then there's also that fucking Sandra Bullock movie with the aliens the
Bird Box.
Yeah,
Black Box.
Yeah, so
Bird
essentially we're picking between Bird Box and darkness.
Which one gives me my
deafness.
vision? Which option gives me my vision? I'm gonna go with that one.
Then not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Alone in a house with a murderer.
Oh, this is hard because this is hard. Both of them are awful.
Yeah,
Good job. I would rather hear, honestly.
Here's the thing, both of those senses on my body are pretty bad, like they're corroded. But I'm trying to see which one is the best out of both of them, and I think it's my vision.
So you want to keep the vision and give up on the hearing?
I want to keep the vision, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is just, I'm going to keep the hearing because, like, if I can still see, I have shit peripherals. This person could sneak up behind me and I can't hear them. At least if I can hear them, it's like, if I can hear them close or far away, I know how to hide. I've played horror games. I know what to do. Like, that, I feel like hearing is a more useful thing there. Especially if you're trying to be covert away from them, because if you only have vision, you're constantly peeking around and shit. And it's like, then they're gonna see you.
Yeah, and it's very clearly that you can't hear or you can't see, so it's not like a mutual situation where like there is either darkness in the entire house, which affects both of you, or super loud techno music, so neither of you can hear. But yeah, I guess for very pragmatical survival reasons, I might have to go with Keith's suggestion. Because, yeah, I mean, if you can't hear, you also don't notice the noise you are making yourself.
Yeah, you could be knocking over pots and pans and you wouldn't even know.
Oh,
So,
I didn't consider that.
Yeah, so,
yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah, you still have like a blind, when you are literally blind if you can't see, but no, you have to basically tab your way around or maybe even go down on all fours to find your way around. And you need to move super slow because you literally can't see, but at least you potentially can hear the guy and know when to stop moving and make noises yourself. But yeah, it's a fucked up situation either way, so. Survival chances below 50% either case.
All right. There
Alrighty.
you go. And we have another would you rather
Oh my.
from Denim being like, would you rather be a unicorn? These require air quotes. Just a horse with a useless horn growing out of your skull and no magical powers. Or a dragon, a giant lizard with wings, but you can't actually fly, nor can you breathe fire or anything else cool. So, evolution's mistakes.
Yeah, I was thinking about this question for a long time because I was like, all right, I
genuinely
could
the
be...
things that Noah left behind on the ark. Like,
I was like, all right, I could be a horse with a horn on its head, but I know I don't have magic. But if a human sees me, and they're gonna register me as a unicorn, and they're gonna be like, okay, there's full of magic in that motherfucker. I'm gonna capture him and experiment on him because the U.S. government is gonna do that. So,
Wait, I have.
It's the same for the
I have one
dragon,
question
isn't
to
it?
Denim. Can I still talk?
yeah, Denim, can we still talk?
Or do we have the brain of whatever creature we pick? Do I have lizard brain or horse brain? Like,
you know what I'd like to imagine, Chrissy? I'd like to imagine that even though I couldn't fly either way, I want to be a big fat dragon with tiny little wings.
like,
Also,
okay, let's be real here. If a lizard had wings that can't actually fly, the wings are either probably used for mating purposes, like to impress a mate, or to ward off predators because it makes you look scary. And
okay, in that case, I want to get big wings.
And then the horn is just a defense.
Yeah, big wings.
Okay.
Big wings.
So you want to go dragon?
Yeah.
Key, what about
Denim
you?
didn't say anything about mating purposes.
But Wolf, the longer your horn, the longer your horn, the longer your horn.
Yeah, it's just kind of like what I'm saying. It's kind of like deer when they grow out their antlers. Like it's that kind of thing. I'm thinking with animal biology, if we're just going to be boring mutant mistakes, I think I'll be the unicorn. Just because, like, I feel like there's more that, like, there could be feasibly more of me. Because I imagine the horn is just like a recessive trait at that point, which means there could be others with it, and more can come of it, because that's just how subspecies are made. Meanwhile, with the giant lizard thing, I don't want to be a lizard. Their skin feels weird, and like some crazy people in Phoenix are gonna find me and then skin me.
I mean, again, this will happen either way.
No one is going to capture the horse with the horn on its head?
Of course they will.
Yeah, but usually they use them to, like, ride around or have, or you know, that kind of thing. Unless you break your leg, they're not using horses most of the time for, like, making other things. They usually use it for the purpose of they are giant creatures you can ride on. And I'm fine with being a riding pony. Like, that sounds like fun. I've seen Spirited Untamed. That could be cool. But like, the lizard thing. Lizards are boring. They just kind of stand in the sun and then lick their eyes with their tongue.
No, they're not. Lizards are cool.
Lizards are dumb.
I mean,
they're cool. You can be dumb and cool.
I mean, to jump in here, since I still have to answer. So first of all, that nobody picked up on the fact, what is a fireless, flightless dragon? It's a fucking dinosaur. Does nobody wants to be a fucking dinosaur?
I want to be a dinosaur. Chrissy wants to be the horse with the horn on
its head. Neither can dinosaurs. Have you seen a flying T-Rex?
Also, shut the fuck up. Dinosaurs are not derived from lizards. We've learned this already. They're based on birds. You're not a dinosaur just because you're a lizard that can't fly.
Just look at the description. Look at the description.
A giant lizard with wings, but you can't actually fly. But dinosaurs aren't lizards. We need Paleo in here to yell at you.
I will be the alpha chicken descendant. I don't care.
But yeah,
I will proudly be a big dragon, and it's not like I'll be in an urban area. You know how easily that is for people to spot me? No, I'm gonna act like a regular dragon that can't fly. Nobody is gonna know that I can't fly because nobody's gonna see me, because I'm gonna be on the mountainside sitting on a bunch of gold and diamonds because I'm a freaking dragon. Living out the rest of my days.
You know, I have a thing that's not a stupid one like a dinosaur. If you're just a giant lizard that can't fly, you're just a kaiju. You'd be Godzilla. You'd just be Godzilla with useless wings.
That's fine.
See? But yeah, funny enough, I'm still not going for the dragon. I'm going for the unicorn. And I have very easy. Very, very, very easy to explain. Simply. 3 words. 4 words. 4 words.
5 words.
I don't know, 4 words. Cabin in the woods.
Okay.
The
yes,
unicorn that appears in Cabin in the Woods is absolutely non-magical, even though it bursts out there with all the other horror creatures. And you know what it does? It fucking
What?
impales the dude. It just runs up with its horn down. It's a menace. It's a monster. It doesn't need to be magic to be threatening, and it seems to me more agile than a big fat lizard. So I'm going with the unicorn, baby.
I'm just saying it's easier to catch a horse with a horn on his head than it is to catch a big fat lizard in the mountainside.
All right. Good
But
to
yeah.
know. Sorry, I tuned you out for a minute to look at the Fur Noodles channel. So, but yes, okay. So we have 2 unicorns and a flightless lizard.
Apparently, yeah.
All right. So do we have anything else on Twitter?
No, it's all you. It's all on you.
All right. Let's see. This one is from Prince of Pretension, and this is kind of similar to your question you asked, Wolfhead, so this kind of works. Since Wolfhead is our special guest and he and Odie are known to make snippets from the show as funny videos, what are your favorite moments or goof-ups from the podcast? I mean, you paid to be here is pretty up on the list for me. I go back. I have that clip bookmarked on Twitter just because I go back to it sometimes because it was so fucking funny.
Yuri dying, laughing his ass off.
Yeah, well, it's him dying and be like, he's right.
Yep.
Are we talking? Because I'm thinking about a different version of the same moment. Is that the moment where Max was like, "Daddy's in the house," and then you got up and left?
Well, kind of like that. I was like, I am here for a week. After the show, you and I have words. And then he's like laughing, looking at the camera, not even looking at me, which I think makes this more of a power move. He's like, you paid to be here. And then I walked out.
I like that moment too. I'm trying to think of more moments. Things that make you angry, so you get to stomp around in your angry dome. That's
my
funny.
angry dome. I mean, there's also the time that Max made my nose bleed by dabbing and him
By
his arm
inventing a
hitting me
new
directly.
martial arts, wasn't it?
Yeah, the dab foo or whatever.
Yep. No, I guess mine might still be Cloud Cuckoo Country completely going on a tangent, losing it, being or explaining to us why Harry Potter was always shit.
And all of us, and you and I being like, well, you heard Cloud, go read Harry Potter.
No! I recall laughing tears. I mean, I can't go to
That
the
was one of the
playback, but
funniest.
I was
That was
laughing
one of the
so
funniest
hard.
moments of the show. That one was real. We got to get Cloud on again.
Yes,
Cloud was great.
we do. If the around the world podcast wouldn't be so tricky with like Australia, Europe, and the USA in the
We
same
have had
call.
2 Australian guests. We can make it work.
Yeah, we
We've done it
can,
before.
and we will.
But okay, what about you, Wolfhead? What's a favorite goof up that we've done? I know that you've seen some things.
I'm trying to think because even though I will take something from the podcast and post it up and edit it, I don't have a favorite one though.
I can't pick my favorite child.
I don't have one. Can I piggyback off of one of you?
Sure, you can piggyback off one of us.
I'm gonna go with whenever Key gets mad at Max and she just gets up and leaves.
Those are good. I haven't gotten up to leave out of anger in a while. Max got to step up his game. Either I've become more tolerant or Max has become nicer. And I don't like either of these realities. But like, oh, you know what's another good one? When we had the Brody chef on and
the
I had the meat
FMK.
hammer. Yeah, that one was really good. Any FMK where there's that, like, it could be from any 3 guests, but any 3 of us, but it's like that slow realization of, oh no, I have to fuck that.
Yeah, I still have a Google Doc somewhere with a list of highlights for potentially turning into animatics.
Yes.
Does that? Are you talking about the spatula freaking
Was it a meat
FMK?
hammer or a spatch?
It was a meat hammer. It was a meat tenderizer. Which the
Oh,
thing was,
no,
I was
no.
tapping it, and the flat side was against my hand, but very visible in the camera is the spiked part that you use to beat the meat down and put like little holes in it.
Yeah.
And I think that was the fucking answer. I hope no one that I know personally, outside of the internet watches this show. But yeah, thank you for your question. Let's see, what else?
Oh no, I also just went to fur noodles.
Did a new thing get added?
Oh,
Chunky boy!
he was so dead. He was so dead earlier. Wait, I guess I can.
He looks like a football.
I love him.
He's so chunky.
I love him. I miss him.
He's out of it. He's like, please let me rest.
And his hair did this thing like blap because he was sinking into my arm bend.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him again. Like, I was just looking in because I love the pictures of Himbo sleeping like a human, which he does very often.
With a blankie pulled up.
Yeah, with a blankie pulled up, and it's just like, oh,
it's actually
my sweet
rocket.
boy.
Where do we have a Himbo with a blankie pulled up? Oh, there he is sleeping like a human.
Yeah. Anyways, enough ferrets. The ferrets avoid this show as much as they can.
Mostly because of the ring light.
Mostly because of the ring light, yes. But yes. So next question. Magical Dude says, with the news that Phineas and Ferb is getting rebooted, what animated show would you like to reboot? Can be from any company. I have a very simple answer, but I don't want it to be a reboot. I just want it to be just more episodes. I don't want any change. I want Dan Versus to come back.
Oh, yeah.
That show needs another fucking shot. That was a show that was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And it ended on a cliffhanger, if I remember correctly.
It did! It did! They went into like a fucking wormhole.
Yeah. And I had my standing theory about the show, which I now never got confirmed.
What was your theory?
I'm not sure if it counts as spoiler, since I barely remember any details. But I guess I can turn it on just in case, simply because we haven't used it in forever. But yeah, Dan versus spoiler based on a theory of mine, but this is referencing many aspects throughout the show. My theory is that Dan is actually somehow related to Chris's wife. There were some hints, there were some statements that they both made independently of each other about family background, where I was like, that actually sounds very similar between both of them.
It would make so much sense, though. Like, I can believe it.
So obviously neither of them knows, but both of them, this was a big revelation, that one of them figured out, like, what, we are related? Because they hate each other's guts, which makes it even funnier. But yeah, enough about that.
But no, I would want Dan Versus to come
just
back.
a continuation, not a reboot.
Someone tweeted out the fucking clip of like Dan has weird like patches of knowledge.
Yeah, I love this
Dan,
clip.
who made Mount Rushmore, and he lists like the people who made it. And what state is that in? I don't know, Ecuador or something. And it's like I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying my. There's so many good jokes in Dan Versus. I love Dan Versus so much.
It was a show, alright.
It was so good, so that would be my answer. I don't have to say Clone High anymore because we're getting it.
Hey. Yeah. Oh, I have mine.
Okay.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, however, not as the movie thing, which is all meta and Roger Rabbit and whatnot, but basically like the premise we got in DuckTales 2017. Like
mutants? Were there mutants? Because weren't they like lab rat experiments to become more intelligent?
Yeah, so they are like legitimately more intelligent within the real world or whatever. But yeah, just generally, like, give Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers the same reboot approach like they gave DuckTales 2017. Like going in, bringing it truly visually, writing-wise, everything into the modern age, making it enjoyable for modern family audience, like for young people as well as for old ass nerds like us. So yeah, give it the DuckTales treatment, which does not include the cancellation.
We'll get that after Darkwing. Don't worry. What about you, Wolf?
I have a very simple answer. Back when I was a kid, I was very fond of a show called Angry Beavers. And then when I realized...
I love that show.
And then I got old enough to realize that... Yeah. I love their theme song. And then I got old enough and then to do my own research about stuff, and I researched why the show wasn't around anymore, and then I figured out it got canceled. And then ever since then, I was like, they need to bring this show back. I love that show so much. Even if they gave that show like even if they did the same thing with that show that they did with Rocco, where they just put like a
like
movie,
one special, yeah,
one special, I would even settle for
finale. They should just animate the series finale. The audio exists.
That is true. It does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, they could just animate that. Like I'd be fine. I'd be satiated with that, because the whole reason they didn't make a series finale is because they were like, we don't want that people to think they're canceled, because then people wouldn't watch the reruns as much. Then don't fucking cancel it.
That's what I'm saying.
This logic is stupid, but I love it. I'm with you. Angry Beavers is so good. That show defined a lot of my humor, especially with all the mess ups that they just kept in the show. Like, one of my favorites is from that one episode. One episode where, like, Norb tells Daggett to be more mature, so Daggett acts like a very annoying dad. And then he's like, and then Norb is just walking away, he's like, this isn't a dam! No, wait, this is a dam! And it's like, it's a very obvious fuck up, but they just kept it in. Because, I don't know if, like, foreign dubs of the show had that level of improv and stuff. But it was so good. Also, the fucking intro with the slapping sound effects. That I like to think I have a mature sense of humor, but if I'm listening to that intro and I just hear the violent slapping noises, I break. I am simple in different ways, but I think those are all good choices for reboots. Okay, so let's see. This one's, I don't know if I really have an answer for this, but Exercise Causes Pain, Be Lazy asks, do you have a favorite prank? Like, do you mean a prank that we pull on others, or just a prank we've seen? Like,
let's go with a prank we've seen, because, like, that would be easy for me, because I did grow up watching a lot of Jackass and Wild Boys. And
is Jackass pranks or just self-mutilation? Like,
some of them are have you seen the movies? Half of them are pranks. They play pranks on each other all the time.
I guess. I'm just saying there's a lot of times where they just choose to wreck their own testicles.
Yeah, if you see Johnny Knoxville on a jet ski and he's about to go off a ramp, there's a big chance that he that's his idea. He put himself on there. Nobody talked him into doing that. He just wanted to do that, so he's just going to do it. But there was a...
Oh, that you've seen. If you pull pranks, you're a bad person. Okay, according to Odie. Cool.
Okay,
Okay, sure. Let me think.
It depends. I mean, if at the end of the prank, everybody, including the pranked one, can laugh, then it's not a bad prank. Then I would say yeah.
Do TikTok pranks count?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
Describe what you think is your favorite prank, and then we tell you why you're wrong.
No, my favorite prank is something from Jackass, but I know a lot of pranks are on TikTok as well.
I mean, just give us your favorite prank, please. Just talk about it, please.
Please give us something, Wolf. So there was a moment.
Tier 3 sub, please.
There was a moment in Jackass 2 where I think it was Steve-O, and he was reading a card on the wall, and basically it was a fake card. But what it said on it is that, hey, we're the girls you met at the bar. We would like to get to know you. But it was a very long note, and the card was shaped like a heart. So at the bottom of the note, the text gets really small. So because the text gets really small, it forces you to get closer and closer physically just so you can finish reading the rest of the message. It gets ridiculously small. So the instant somebody gets close to the card, there is a like a Looney Tunes style boxing glove hand that comes out of the wall and punches them square in the face.
Ah, that's good.
I'm not sure how many people outside of Jackass will be able to laugh after they were pranked with
It happened. It happened to Steve-O, it happened to Bam, it happened to Wee Man, and I think Johnny Knoxville came up with the idea. So yeah, there's my answer.
Okay. See, mine isn't a prank that causes physical damage, but it may cause mental.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this one may show, I guess, to the one like a 15-year-old that watches this show, my age. So there used to be a Flash game. It still exists, called the Impossible Quiz, and it's just a bunch of really frustrating answers to questions. Like, it's a stupid quiz, and they have the ability to skip. This is I guess a spoiler for a near like 20-something-year-old game, but like you can, so you could skip questions. I loved when people would tell their friends to play it for the first time, and they finally get to the final question, because there's 101 questions in the game. The final question is a challenge where you have to shoot the skip arrows at something to win, and you need all of them. So you couldn't skip once during the actual thing, but no one knew that until they got to the end. So I love just seeing people get really fucking mad, being like, why did you make me play this? I mean, that, and I look, I'm not above tomfoolery. I have seen many people I know get linked the Scary Maze game back in the day and get jump scared and then fucking fall out of their chair.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. That it's only temporary.
Yeah, and those are definitely pranks. I mean, the prankster, I guess nowadays is also often just called the troll. So yeah, is into a good lighthearted mode.
A little bit of mischief.
Yeah, mischief, but generally benevolent sort to give everybody a good laugh. Mine would be. I'm not sure if it's necessary. It's just the one that comes to mind as a standout one, which I've seen once. It was like, oh fuck! It's a Japanese one, which is like very hit and miss. There are some Japanese pranks where you are like, no. But this one was actually like super funny. So it's some kind of narrow side street somewhere in Japan, in some urban area, and a dude is just coming out of a building, a store or something, and a single guy just runs past him like in wild panic. And he's like, oh, okay. Then looks where the guy is coming from, and you just see a mob of Yakuza or whatever coming along the street. Like, and the dude is like standing there, slowly stepping backwards. They come and they just go faster and faster, and he's just like, 180 and starts running down the street, and the entire Yakuza, like 100.
That is a good
like
one.
Running after him. He's just like, oh my god.
I would hate to be on the receiving end of that prank. That's a good one.
But yeah, I guess we have all answered.
Yeah, and with that, I think we can go to the FMK. So, from Prince, Disney Channel has made a lot of banger shows, and some of the talent should be credited to the creators who formulate the show and the characters and even the setting. Okay, so get out your crystallized wands to make this classic rendition of Fuck, Marry, Kill Disney cartoon creators. What frustrates me about this is that you include the crystallized wands, which makes me think you're going to put Star in there. It's not. So we got Dana Terrace from The Owl House, Thomas Ostruck from Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir, and Matt Braley from Amphibia.
This is a weird one because one, they're real people, and two, even if I pick someone I want to like marry or kill, my whole option is based on what they've created.
Yeah. I mean, real people are always a little bit weird, and there's also the problem of one of them is an objective asshole.
Yeah.
Which one?
He doesn't know. I was
Tell
about to
me.
say.
But like,
But then
I did.
you are
I said it.
yeah,
You
but
didn't hear,
I
so
talked
I'm
over
not
her.
repeating.
So because this way, at least you as a guest who has to go first cannot actually can answer without that bias. Or should
But,
we just
okay,
make
I
it
feel
about
like
the
I-
show, like incarnation of the
I feel
show?
like we should make it about the show because I respect these creators all to extents. I don't want to say that I'm gonna fuck one of them. To be real with you.
Yeah, then
Exactly.
So,
make
and
it
also,
make it about
and
the
also, we're not fucking the characters in the show
no,
because I
the-
realize all the characters in these shows are underage. We are fucking the concepts.
Yeah, exactly. The show as a whole personified into
Yes,
into
and
a person.
into over 20-something characters.
Okay,
We're
so
gonna get out of jail bait territory. We're not
Exactly.
Justin Roiland.
So, Wolfhead, do you do
Alright.
so Wolfhead? Do you wanna fuck Amphibia-chan, wanna fuck Owlhouse-chan, or wanna fuck Ladybug-chan?
Why are you starting with the fuck? Why do you always think I got?
I don't know.
the title of it is FMK.
I guess yeah.
It's all procedure. It's all procedure.
Exactly. You obviously can start with whatever one you want.
Paint me in a bad light here. All right.
I mean, I want to fuck.
I'm killing Thomas, the miraculous ladybug thing.
But why?
So you're killing the show Miraculous Ladybug. Why are you killing the show? We're not doing the directors. We're doing the shows.
Okay. I've never seen the miraculous ladybug. I have no emotional ties to it, so it makes it very easy to kill.
Well, you fucked both of me and Max because now not one of us has to marry it and one of us has to fuck it, and I know neither of us wanted those options.
Yes,
And-
I'm here to cause chaos, and I'm
Thomas
succeeding.
Thomas as a creator, unlike the other two, is actually not good. He's a bad creator. Bad
All
Thomas,
Columbia
bad.
hates him according to Odie. But
Let's
okay, so
see.
you're going to kill Miraculous Ladybug. So are you going to marry or fuck Owl House or Amphibia?
Here's the thing. Gotta come out clean with you. I have neither finished watching Amphibia or Owl House.
Okay, uninvited, must not return to the show before he has finished. But I mean, all house caught up.
Let's call Odie. Odie can be our new guest for the last 10 minutes.
No. Sag in chat. Let's see. I have watched a lot of episodes of both. Amphibia has more filler than Owl House. So I'm gonna
Do you wanna? What does this mean? What does filler equate to?
Does it fill
Do you want a filling? Do you want to enjoy this filling from the filler, or do you want to keep it?
I'm gonna fill it, and I hope you're happy about what you said. You don't look too.
I'm not. You know, earlier today, the voice actor for Rain complimented the Owl House pins that I did. So I'm just kind of like, this is not. I hope that they don't watch this.
I was about to say, I believe I saw them in the chat earlier. No, I did not.
Hi, Avi, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. Anyways, but yes, so you're gonna fuck Amphibia because filler.
I'm gonna fuck Amphibia.
For the filling.
I'm gonna fill it one night stand. That's how we go. And I'm gonna marry Owl House.
You're gonna hop that pup. Okay, but.
I thought we are not going for the individual characters.
Well, okay, but yes, but I'm pointing out the one character we know for a fact is old.
Is an adult. You could have just said adult.
Well, but okay, and then Owl House. Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
marry
marrying
Owl
him?
House because that is, from what I've seen on Twitter, Owl House is holding up really well so far, and unlike Amphibia, it's not done yet. I feel like long marriage is a lot it can teach me as a show. That's what I'm going
fair. Okay, who went last
I have
time?
no clue. Has been a while
Chat.
ago.
Chat, who do you want to go last? We'll just leave it to chat.
Can you do polls on Twitch?
You can.
Max,
do polls
I've been
on
trying to
Twitch.
get in contact with you so you can set the polls up because the mods could do the polls, and if you don't have polls right now, you didn't set up polls.
Oh, then I guess
Nope.
we can't do polls. And everybody, can I exactly everybody in chat post either Max or Chrissy, who you want to
go
see
last.
go next.
Okay.
Now we have different.
Damn it. I said who goes last this time.
Okay.
Okay, Key went last time according to Magical, so Max goes last. All right, problem solved. But next time, you know what? Next time we should just have polls for each one of who goes last because.
But I have the feeling if one of us has a dedicated fan club who wants to see the other one suffer, there might be a certain irregularity happening.
Both of us. Okay, but both of us have people.
But
in
whoever
this
has
chat
the larger
like
one.
seeing...
If one of us has a larger one who consistently want to see.
There's a poll. One of the mods make a poll that just says who do you like seeing suffer more, and Max or Chrissy. But okay, so it's my turn. All right, so killing is off the board for Ladybug, marrying is off the board for Owl House, fucking is off the board for Amphibia. Okay. How do I make this work to my advantage? So if I feel like Max knows what I'm trying to do here.
It's not so hard. You just need to have this kind of brain that I have, and then it's super easy to turn this kind of stuff around.
No, we learned that I don't have that brain when we did the chess thing during that escape room.
Oh yeah, that was funny. I mean, I just did a 2,000-piece puzzle this week, so I have a normal brain.
Puzzles are not the same as that fucking chess thing. Okay,
Do
if I marry Amphibia, then I kill... No. I marry this.
Do I have elevator music I can play right now?
Okay. I'm going to marry Ladybug.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I could change it. Look, there was a time long ago where I didn't view Ladybug with Riff Track's level disdain. Where I remember where me and Max, when we first were watching the show, we would walk to the train and be like, what's your theory for this? What do you think about this with Hawkmoth and stuff like that? We can go back to those times. We can make it work. It just takes time and patience. And what causes more time and patience than a forever union? And we all know that Ladybug gets renewed for how many fucking seasons.
But
so
hey, Thomas is leaving it, so it might have a second coming.
Exactly! Thomas is leaving, and I'm coming in. Which means that there'll be a lot, probably more drama, but that's what people like.
As long as there's some progression.
And maybe I'll just be like, hey, Ladybug, I love you, but let's get singing voice actors for some of them if we're going to do musicals.
You know, it wasn't that shameful in the 80s and 90s when they had an actor and then casted an actual singer to dub over for the songs in musicals.
Like,
That's
I don't
what
know
they
if they're
did.
Like
it was
deadass.
okay.
I don't know if they're doing a Don Bluth thing where they have the actors sing even if they can't sing, because they did that in like American Tail and All Dogs Go to Heaven and stuff. I'm just saying, people are listening to the covers of that fucking song from American Tail and not the original one with the out of tune kid. But like, so yeah, I'm gonna marry Ladybug because there's potential there, and I could see it deep.
This
deep
is
down.
all somehow the analogy of breaking up with your high school sweetheart. They get married in the meantime, get kids, whatnot, get a dirty, very, very dirty divorce, and then when they're crawling back to you, are like, now you're ready for me. But yeah, please move on to your fuck.
What does that say about... Okay, sure. But no, so then I'm going to fuck Owl House. I mean, that's a show with Ida in it, so that's already a good starting point. But no, I mean, Owl House is just fantastic in so many ways. And you know what? Kind of dangerous. Because it got canceled. Like, you know, it played with the edge and got cut. Which I think that will bring some excitement there.
You want to be cut in the bedroom?
Okay, let me find another analogy. It pushes the envelope, and it can push my envelope. I don't know what envelope is here. Libido, I guess. I don't know.
Or some kind
Let
of
them
thing.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah,
Let them
exactly.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah, there we go. I don't need... Most of you are adults. I don't need to explain this to you. I don't need a diagram. Go to health class. But yeah, so Owl House will be my fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to kill Amphibia.
But why? What has Amphibia ever done to you to deserve this brutal killing?
Okay, you know what? I am killing Amphibia because it's already dead. Because that's the thing. Think about this. The other two shows. Owl House cut too short before it goes. It would be inhumane to kill it. Because it was already, like, stripped away. Ladybug's never gonna fucking end. It is eternal. It's eternal.
It is a
you
singular.
You can throw as many spears on it, and it will just deflect it off its skin like bullets off a Superman.
It's a singular, internationally successful French show. They will never let it die.
It's a Leviathan. It literally has a movie.
It's the French equivalent of The Simpsons.
Exactly.
Tells you something about the French.
But Amphibia actually got to end on its own terms.
So you killed
it got the amount of episodes it wanted, the ending it wanted, it got all that. So it properly died. And I'm just gonna make sure that it's dead. I'm just gonna put that pillow over its face to make sure there's no air coming back.
Snuff out any remaining
well, yeah, because it doesn't need a reboot or
it
doesn't need a reboot or anything. It was
thing.
already great. So I'm making it's like in that one movie where zombies can come back to life to be like unless you choose to get your head cut off.
Disney,
it's not Walking Dead.
Disney cannot be trusted to own an unsoiled IP that hasn't been broken or corrupted yet, because they will eventually. So killing the IP is the right thing to do. So let me tell you why I want to totally marry Amphibia.
So yes, please do tell.
So obviously, I would never be so heartless and kill it just because it's over. What kind of monster do you have to be to do that? Who am I killing again? So marrying Amphibia because it's a good show, so there's plenty of reasons to marry Amphibia. It's a good IP. But why specifically marrying it?
I don't know. That's the question we're asking you.
Yeah, you tell us.
How many episodes have we done the FMK? Have I officially run dry of bullshit to spin my FMK? Even so, for a good answer, because just look at Amphibia. It's like, it has wholesome, it has adventure, it's very well rounded. Yeah, there are reasons.
Transformations.
Yeah. So
Isekai.
It incorporates a lot of phenomenal things that you just want to keep around, that you want to relive over and over. So yeah, marriage. Then I'm gonna kill Owl House. It's at this point we
Why
are
you
basically
monster?
It's basically down to a mercy killing at this point. Dana herself is super. Dana's disdain for what how Disney treated Owl House and how it got cut short is legendary at this point. So I have the feeling that Dana might actually be on board, being like, Disney ruined it. Let's make it short and painless. Kind of like, short, like 3 TV specials short, painless, like with probably still fantastic ending. So we are. Will they be able to pick up all the loose threads without it feeling rushed or bloated?
This has slowly become your kill answer to you being excited for the finale of Owl House.
Yeah. See, it's self-defense. The excitement is killing me, and therefore I need to kill it first in order to survive myself.
How did you somehow stick the landing out?
I have no clue. Well then.
It's like that one anime scene from Golden Boy that people like to share when dubbing, and it's the guy swimming really badly, and he sounds like he's drowning. and then he gets out of the pool. He's like, "How was that?" Pretty good. Okay, but the biggest question of all, your
why I wanna fuck Ladybug.
Your voulez-vous.
Very easy, very obvious answer. Ladybug fucked us over time and time again. It's time to fuck back.
It's time to be on the assault, then instead of the receiving end.
Basically.
Okay, Wolfhead, maybe change your wording there when we're talking about the fuck answer. Maybe don't say you're on the assault.
It is time for me to be the supplier? Is that better?
I mean,
No, you're just making it more awkward.
Oh, no.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Hard work and analysis, which you do not